Hi everyone, this is Alaha. Welcome to the Kindness Show. This TV show is very different from our previous shows because this time we're having Dr. Riaz Reyek. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank
you. We're so glad to have you. Dear friends, I always say that our TV show is different from other shows, and then you may want to know what makes it different from other TV shows. It's because we present the work of International Kindness Sharing, which is a nonprofit organization based in the United States, but we operate in Afghanistan and also in the United States. And we are doing humanitarian work, and our work will never be done if we wouldn't have the support of kind-hearted people and individuals like Dr. Reyek. Thank you so much for being kind-hearted, and thank you so much for being one of the supporters of International Kindness Sharing.
Of course.
Can you please tell about yourself to our audience?
Yeah, sure. My name is Riaz Reyek. I am obviously originally from Afghanistan, and I've been a practicing dentist here for the past 24 years, and I've known about your organization for a number of years, and I'm honored to be a supporter.
Great, thank you so much. As I said previously, that our nonprofit organization, Kindness Sharing, operates in Afghanistan, and we focus on the situation of the desperate people in the displaced camps in Afghanistan. So we have people that we have been supporting in different parts of Afghanistan, but our main focus is on displaced camps because they are the ones that they have nothing. They have access to almost not their basic rights. So they do not have enough food, they do not have clean drinking water, they do not have clothes. And then the support of individuals like yourself that they join us to help these people is very effective, and that's how we have been able to change the lives of different people in Afghanistan. So we want to know that how did you hear about Kindness Sharing, and why did you decide to support these people in need, especially the children in Afghanistan?
As we were talking earlier, I've known about your organization for a number of years, and I've always had this innate, almost an urge to help out as much as I could. Growing up in America, I was involved in quite a few projects early on, even when we were students back in George Mason University. I remember years ago. I think there was, the generation that came with us. We all were tied to Afghanistan somehow. So we always wanted to do, any little thing we could do to help out people of Afghanistan. And then, as I got more and more into my professional life, unfortunately, I kind of got away from being involved firsthand. And then, of course, there are other charity organizations that have always, helped in other parts of the world, and but not so much in Afghanistan. So I wanted to have an organization that was really involved, that didn't have a lot of overhead and a lot of other expenditures. And truly, I felt like, Kindness Project, for one, you guys were really involved. You were there. So that's what attracted, my attention. And obviously, what you guys do on the ground in Afghanistan is admirable. So we our little help is, hopefully it goes a long way, as you were telling me, but the fact that you're so involved yourself, that's admirable, and that's what really drew me to your organization.
Thank you so much. As I always say, you're one of the very few kind-hearted dentists or doctors, humanitarian doctor, who has been so much into humanitarian work and supporting the children in need in Afghanistan. So I wanted to know that how long have you been working as a dentist, and in which states have you worked so far?
So I've been a practicing dentist for 24 years now. I actually graduated in 2001. And I've practiced exclusively in Virginia. But I've been involved early on with Afghan charity work, actually, even when I first became a dentist. And that's when the Taliban were defeated the first time. I remember I actually treated the first Afghan girls soccer team that came to the U.S.
Oh, great.
And they had some dental needs, so I was involved. I actually treated a lot of the players, and then over the years, helping with your organization, of course, I've done some work.
Yeah.
But then recently, I've actually seen a lot of the Afghan refugees and people that have come without documentation. Actually, they have no access to they don't have any access to dental services. So I've been helping. So I've been involved in helping with Afghan refugees and Afghan organizations to some degree, but I've exclusively practiced in Virginia and nowhere else.
Yes, and I'm one of the witnesses because one of our clients was in a dire situation of need, and he was suffering from the pain that he had. So I referred him to Dr. Reyek, and he took care of him. So very grateful. Thank you so much for the work that you have been doing in Afghanistan, also in the USA. So in Virginia, for your neighbors, which is very important, right?
Thank you.
So those who need help, they know that we can call Dr. Reyek, and he's there to support us, especially those who do not have any documentation and they're new and they cannot take care of their expenses, and it's so expensive to see a dentist, right?
Yeah. Dentistry is pretty expensive in America.
And we are so grateful that we have you, so who is very generous and kind-hearted, so that you can be there for our people. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Even though you have been living very far from Afghanistan, right? So it has been 24 years that you're a dentist now, so it means that you have been here for a very long time.
Yeah.
But what connects you to the people of Afghanistan and to that country, and what makes you feel the pain and sufferings of the children in displaced camps?
Well, we talked about this, and I've actually thought about it myself quite a bit. One of the things that happens, I think growing up as an Afghan refugee, I was a refugee myself when we first came here, and before that we were a refugee in another country. So part of it is this pain that you feel, whether you like it or not, coming from that part of the world. I remember Afghanistan. I was 16 years old when I left. That the image of the poor people, that's always in my head. And then something else that you alluded to earlier. It's kind of in my genes. My father is very involved in helping Afghanistan, even though we've been out of Afghanistan for almost 35 years, or a little bit longer actually. So my father is very involved. My mother is very involved to this day. Every time I talk to the two of them, they're either thinking about a family member or people that are in need there. So it's always been part of our almost daily conversation. This is part of our being. So that's why I've always felt this need or kind of an understanding to give back to the community. I think it's human nature to give back, and what better cause than to help the kids in Afghanistan and any families, or for that matter, people that come here and they're in need. So I've always had this, even though I've lived 2/3 of my life, actually more, 4/5 of my life here in America, but there's always the tie that you have to your, the place that you were born. So I'm always almost indebted to that land that gave me life, just to give back a little bit.
Yeah, and I agree with Dr. Reyek. I told him earlier today that it's in his genes, because his dad is a very kind-hearted person. It has been 5 years that he's been supporting orphans in Afghanistan through kindness sharing. And that child who was an orphan, he couldn't go to school. Now he is graduating, and he was hoping that he told me that he wanted to become a dentist, and that was very interesting for me, that his original son, his biological son, is a dentist, and the son that he's supporting is also desiring and hoping to become a dentist. So, and I told Dr. Reyek that he's very lucky, he's very blessed to have him as his father.
Oh, thank you.
So
That's
and
very kind of you.
and that's really in your genes. So that's why my dad always says that when you do good deeds or when you read a book, whatever, talk to your children, tell them, and explain the content of the book with your kids. So then they will learn more than reading the book themselves. So
Exactly.
or if you're a real example of the kindness, if you act it, then saying that it's practically, that's very important. So that's how your children learn. I know you're a grown-up man right now, but you learned it from the very beginning of your earlier life from your parents, and maybe from your both parents, not only your dad. So your mom is also a very kind-hearted woman. So that's how now you are a giving person, and in the future your children will be like you. So they will learn to be a giving individuals like you and your father.
Thank you. I mean, that's the hope, right? Somebody asked me a while ago, and I actually heard this from a kind of a person that I really look up to. And he was asked, "What do you fear? Do you fear dying, or what do you fear in life?" And he said, "I fear dying without making a positive impact for my community or for my fellow human beings." So that is always in the back of my mind, where I feel like if this universe, God has given us so much, and if we don't return and give back to the community, then we haven't done anything, especially to people in need. Yeah. So that's always my mantra in life, that if I can help out in any way, then I'm here for it.
That's great. Thank you so much. I totally appreciate that. So in your opinion, will our small acts of kindness be effective for these children and families in need in Afghanistan, especially in these displaced camps?
Absolutely. I think it's a huge thing, and small deeds go a long way in life.
Exactly.
And especially nowadays with the political situation in Afghanistan and the unfortunate political situation, and how the West is pulled out, and the charity organizations are gone. A lot of the organizations that helped out in the past, they're not able to provide the charity work. But the fact that you guys are there and do this genuine work to help out children, no matter how small, it's effective, and to be able to, even if you help 5 families or 10 families or 10 kids, every little thing makes a huge difference. And then you have to look at it in the bigger impact that it has on humanity, right?
Exactly.
When you think about it, even if if 2 of those kids become doctors, yes, and turn around and help out another generation of Afghans, that's a huge thing that you're doing. So absolutely, I think the fact that your organization is so involved and so helpful to be there in this situation, in this political situation, and be able to help, I think you're doing a commendable job.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. We're very grateful that with the support of Dr. Reyek, we were able to help children and seniors in displaced camps with warm clothes and with food, and also school supplies for children, which was very important. And we do not want to just talk and say that Dr. Reyek did this or we did this. It's very important to show, so that you see what Dr. Reyek has done with kindness sharing, so that we have a documentary that my coworkers has prepared them in Afghanistan. If my coworkers are ready, we can watch them together. مهربانی سخت میخواند و چشمانت سنم.
قسمی که در گزارش‌های قبلی مان دیده اید، از ابتدای تأسیس کمک‌های سازمان جهانی ترویج مهربانی برای طبقات مختلف جامعه مشخصاً از طرف فامیل‌های احرار صدیقیان بوده است. در کنار بسا خدمات انسانی و بشردوستانه برای هم میهنان، سازمان جهانی ترویج مهربانی طبق معمول همواره برای بیجا شدگان داخلی که به نام آوارگان معروف هستند، کمک‌ها و مساعدت‌های انسانی و بشردوستانه خویش را رسانیده است.
یک جمپر، یک مفلر، یک جوره جراب، یک دانه کرمچ و قرطاسیه. از این استفاده کن، روزایی که به درس میامدی دستان کتفای تو پوش گندم بیا به درسش داشته.
سازمان مهربانی تشکر که سازمان مهربانی به ما کمک کرد.
فامیل‌های احرار صدیقیان حال به تنهایی نمی‌توانند به ضروریات تمام بیجا شدگان داخلی رسیدگی کنند، چون نیازمندی‌های مردمان رو به افزون بوده و به تعداد بیکاران، بیماران و بیجا شدگان داخلی مخصوصاً با هجوم بازگشت سیلاسا و ناخواسته مهاجرین از کشورهای همسایه زیاد شده می‌رود. از این خاطر از شما رسما دعوت می‌کنیم که به کاروان مهربانیمان بپیوندید.
قرطاسیه از طرف سازمان مهربانی است.
رضا رفیق. یک چای کنی برای.
در سایت می‌خوانی خوب یاد می‌گیری. شاباس آفرین.
سلام، تشکر فراوان از سازمان مهربانی که برای اشتکار بدر کلاه زمستانی رو کردن، قرطاسیه و بدر جوراب و همه چیزا پوشاکی خلاص زمستانی رو کردن. بسیار تشکر میکنیم.
کودکان و کهنسالان در کمپ بیجا شدگان در این سرمایه زمستان هیچ لباس‌های گرم ندارند که در این سرمایه شدید آنها را گرم نگه داشته باشند. این وضعیت تکان دهنده باعث بروز بسا بیماری‌ها برای بیجا شدگان داخلی شده است. بنابراین سازمان جهانی ترویج مهربانی دفعتاً دست به کار شده در تلاش کمک برای قشر محروم کشور گردیده است.
السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته و احترامات خدمت تمام کارکنان سازمان جهانی مهربانی، خصوصا بانوی راجان هرات. تشکر و سپاس فراوان که برای اطفال کمپ هم قرطاسیه باب گرفته شد و هم جمپر و کرمیچ و جوراب گپا و برای سفیدای کمپ که واقعا ضرورت داشتن برای از هم جمپر گرفته شد. تشکر از شما و از شریف جان که همراه مدثر جان رفتن خریدار کردن جمپر بسیار اعلی، کرمیچ بسیار خوبش به خاطر زمستانشان. واقعا جای خوشی است که ما در پای خود شما را داریم و شما حمایت میشین اطفال کمپ و اطفال مستحقین. تشکر و سپاس فراوان از تک تکتان.
خوشبختانه با کمک‌های مادی داکتر صاحب رایق، داکتر صاحب رهین و فامیل‌های احرار صدیقیان و همه اعضای سازمان جهانی ترویج مهربانی توانستند به زودترین فرصت در این سرمای زمستان لباس‌های زمستانی برای کودکان و کهنسالان در این کمپ تهیه نمایند. این کمک‌های ناچیز ما توانسته از بزرگترین تأثیرات مثبت را برای مردم فقیر کشور ما داشته باشد. از نیت خیر و بینش مهربانتان در حیطه کارهایمان ابراز سپاس و امتنان نموده از شما دعوت می‌نماییم که در این کارهای انسانی ترویج مهربانی با ما بپیوندید. بیایید تا مهربان باشید.
I hope you liked our documentary. So these are the population that we help. So these are people in desperate situation. They have no home, no food, no clean drinking water. They're living in a very desperate situation. So, but what we did, we provided their children with school. We established a school for them so that they are not illiterate anymore. We are the only organization in the USA that we have reached to displaced camps in Afghanistan, and we are supporting them. So Kindness Sharing is the only non-profit organization who provides support for people in displaced camps in Afghanistan. We provided their children with food and also with medical treatment and school supplies, and we established schools for them, which is awesome. And we call the schools a school of kindness. I say awesome. It doesn't mean that I'm praising my work, but I love what I do, and I'm very grateful to God that He has given me this opportunity in this world to do the work that we have been doing with the support of kind-hearted individuals like Dr. Reyek. Thank you so much for your support. And what did you feel watching these kids receiving these clothes and school supplies and the seniors? So what do you feel right now?
I really, it was very emotional, obviously, to see the children and the images, they're definitely etched in my mind forever. And it's just as I said earlier, it's sad to see them in that state, but it's wonderful to see that your organization is able to provide them with that kind of help. So it's delightful to see that. Thank you for doing the hard work that you're doing.
Thank you so much. When I'm sitting here and talking about kindness sharing, I get emotional. Sometimes I forget both languages, Dari and English, you know, because it's like mixed feelings. I don't know. I do not want to praise myself, but I don't want to sound like that, so people will think that I'm praising my work, myself and my work. But I'm really praising the work of my team that they have been doing in Afghanistan, and then the team that work with me here in the United States, and then the kind-hearted individuals like your dad and so many other friends that we have in Northern Virginia and in the USA, Canada, and Europe, that they are all getting together. And this is an organization of Afghans for Afghans, which is great. And then you said that I'm so grateful because we have been very impactful. So we have been supporting hundreds of families in this displaced camp, and also we have been supporting 280 families in a displaced camp, which is called Nazar Farabi in Balkh, Afghanistan. And we have been in different displaced camps, and then with a very little support, we are doing a very great work, and that's all because of the team that I have. They're very honest and they're very hardworking, so they know where to go and how to support the people that we have been supporting.
That's wonderful.
And also we have this sponsorship program that your dad is also one of them, one of the sponsors. So that's a different part of our work that we have been doing. So we are collecting the children from the streets of Afghanistan, those who are working, those who were the victims of different types of crimes and war in Afghanistan. We talk to the people that they've given them jobs, and we talk to the mom and dads. Most of them are orphans, to their families, so to enroll them to schools and do not allow them to work. And then now they are doing excellent in their schools. They are the top students of their classrooms. It makes me feel great. So it's a very small organization. We are not having fund or grant of outsiders. So it's just kind-hearted individuals that they are there to support me to do the work that we are doing, and it's very impactful and so much life-changing. So gradually I will share the documentaries of the success of those children, that you see how we were able to change their lives from zeros, and now they are heroes.
Wonderful.
You know what's the most important thing? That one of our students, now he is working, he graduated from school, now he works for kindness sharing.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I love that. Thank you so much for your interest in Kindness Show, and thank you so much for your continued support. We are so glad to have you, and our show is over for tonight, and we will see you next week. Do you have anything to say, your last comments or anything that you want to say to our audience?
Well, my request is that Allah Jana is doing amazing work in Afghanistan, and if any of you have this urge or the need or the want to help out orphan children, displaced children, refugee children that are coming back to Afghanistan, please help Allah Jan's organization. And I can attest that everything will be spent, and it'll go to the right place, and it'll help the needy kids of Afghanistan. Thank you so much, Allah Jan, for having me here. It's been an honor.
So much. Thank you so much. It's a great honor to have you and your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your continued support and interest in Kindness TV show. This show is over for tonight. We will see you next week. Bye.